Back with another live stream. Um, y'all said y'all like it better when I'm outdoors, so we're outdoors. Okay, we're outside. Tried to get in some sun. Not a ton of sun going on, but we're outdoors. We're outdoors. So here we are, just checking in, seeing if anybody wants to talk. Might do a video after this when I'm walking back to my housing, but yeah, just kind of impromptu. Figured I would jump on, see if anybody's out there. I see one thumbs up. Okay, okay. People here. Okay. When I'm on my phone, the numbers update weird. So there'll be a bunch of y'all in the chat and it'll show me one person. Oh, we got Goddess checking in. What up, what up, what up, what up, Daniel? Daniel. Goddess, we haven't been saying where we're at. When more people get in here, we might go ahead and say, but what up, Angela? World's best moderator, D Jackson. Shervon, I am present. I appreciate your presence. Lee's here. His presence not as appreciated, but you know, he's here. He's here a lot. I'm joking. Love you, Lee. What up, Sugar Free? It is a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. I'm not even in the best scenery around me. Like, I'm gonna see if it'll show y'all. Oh, you see the mountains in the distance back there? You see the mountains in the distance back there? Ooh, 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 ooh. What up, Kev? I think I missed some people. Oh no, Lonely Girl. What up? What up? What up? How you doing? Good to see you. Jay Cortez, 17th, checking in. Okay. Oh, Gilbert, thank you, thank you. I'm glad you gave us the update. I was curious. I wanted to know how the date went. You said it was successful. You don't need to tell us what successful means. You don't got to go into the details. Long as mission accomplished. we got. Okay, glad to hear that. Glad to hear that. Angela, you hiding in the AC? Oh man, I feel you. I feel you. I feel you. It's nice and cool out here. If I could send you some of these cool breezes, Angela, I would. I would. 40 days to a year. Nice, Chris. That's awesome. That's awesome. Keep going. You said these woods look familiar? I don't know, Lee. I don't know. All woods look kind of familiar. What up, CJ? You know, I feel like all woods look familiar. Then again, you know, you've been a lot of places, so you know, you might know these woods. I don't know. Yeah, man. Just I actually was just scouting around, and I just kept walking, and I got to this trailhead here, and then I was like, I don't know. Honestly, I've never shown these woods before, so I've literally, I don't think I've never sat at this spot and filmed before, so maybe the woods do look familiar, but I promise you, I've never sat at this spot and filmed before. I didn't even know this spot was here, so 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 I don't know. I don't know. I didn't even know this spot was here. It's all good though. Oh yeah, it's true, Angela. You got to deal with hot summers to get to mild winters. I feel you. I feel you. What up, Blocks? Hey, Luis, check it in. It's been a minute. Where you been, Luis? Where you been? We've been all around. Just tended to the garden rose. Okay, nice, nice, nice. I guess, I mean, I'll go ahead. It's no, let me get some water. I should have brought more water. This is all we got, folks, so we'll see. Oh, you've been eating too much spicy food, Lonely Girl? All right, all right. Sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that. At least you're gonna be lurk mode though. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Swab dude, what up, what up, what up? Good to see you, good to see you. Oh, I was gonna say, it's not, like I said, it wasn't a big secret. Um, I'm in Montana again. But I haven't sat in these woods before, but I am in Montana. So, the woods may look familiar in that it is woods in Montana, but I don't know if I've showed these actual, I know I haven't showed like this scenery before. But yeah, we back in Montana. You know, there's a couple of places we like to go. So, you know, Montana's one of them, you know, so felt good coming back. Already hung out with my friends, you know what I mean? So yeah, man, yeah, man. What up, Jenna the Dreamer? Yeah, man. Countdown until bear comment. Facts, facts. What up, comedy? Always in nature, you know it. Yeah, I had to give it, you know, I was waiting till, you know, got here, got settled in, things looking, you know. So yeah, we back in Montana. So yeah, man. Feels good to be home. God, I said, love your life. Hey, I do. I you know, It's an amazing life, you know. Hashtag blessed, and we just gonna keep it going from here. Somebody put potato chips down, boy. You can't have nothing. Potato chips all under the bench. I'm in this little picnic area right here. Got potato chips all under the park bench. Adrian, what up? It's a great day, Muhammad. Yeah. Natural Magic Life. Yeah, Montana's got mild weather. There's not even air conditioning in my housing. They don't even have air conditioning because it's Montana. They got heat and that's it. So she was like, you know, keep the windows open, buy a fan. But it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. I'm used to that. I'm used to that. But when I first coming from Florida, when I first started like working out in this part of the country, that blew my mind. Like I was like, there's no air conditioning. They're like, nah. Like, what we need air conditioning for? That blew my mind. And actually, 10 years ago, the summers weren't as warm as they are now. Like everywhere, it's kind of get warmer, you know, in the summer seems like. But yeah, 10 years ago, you need air conditioning in the summer. You kind of really don't need it now. You just you gotta know when to crack your windows, like early in the morning, you know, before it gets like hot. You know, crack your windows, let it get kind of cool in there. You know, then when it gets too hot, you can close the windows, close the curtains, you know, maybe run the fan. You'll be all right. But yeah, nice weather, nice weather. Can't complain. Lala, hello. You don't know where you should hang out next with the date, Gilbert? Yeah, you know, and that's apparently a big thing. Women seem to want a man who decides where to hang out next. People seem to want the man, you know, in gay and lesbian couples, I don't know how they determine who's supposed to figure out where you're supposed to go. But in like straight couples, the women seem to want the man to like, at least in the beginning, figure out where you're supposed to go. That always messes me up. I only go a couple places. So if went to the chicken wing spot and we've went and got Chinese food, I don't know what to tell her. You know, I don't know what to tell her. Hey, 123 official. Thank you. Super Chat Squad. Said, love you, man. I always appreciate your stream. Always appreciate your streams. Thank you so much. Love you too. And I appreciate that financial love, the twos. Every time I see 222, it makes me realize how beautiful and blessed and abundant and prosperous life it is. So I appreciate that. 133 coming through with the continued support. Thank you so much. Let me see. Oh, it'll let me put a like on there. Nice. Oh yeah, you know, honestly, you know, people have kind of slowed up on now that I'm in the middle of the woods, I'll ask about bears. But people have kind of slowed up on the bear comments and the kids stuff a little bit. Somebody was talking about the kids the other day, but like I feel like they slowed up. Here's a funny story. So y'all know my boy Mike lives in Montana too. So you know, that's family. So we had to get up, you know, so, as soon as we could link up, we linked up. So yesterday, went over there, chopped it up, him and his girlfriend. You know, she's family too. You know, I've known her forever, you know, so good to see them. And she went off to like go shopping or something. And me and Mike went for a walk. And so we're like walking kind of in the neighborhood area, you know, up in the mountains, you know. And a dude we know pulled up and was saying, what's up, you know. He's talking to us, boom, boom, oh, good to see you, Tim, you know. And he was like, oh, by the way, like, just wanted to let you know, be on the lookout, do you got your bear spray? Do you got, whatever. He was like, because there was a pack of wolves. He was like, there was a pack of wolves that had somebody's 90-pound dog cornered recently, and they was about to like eat that thing. Apparently somehow the dog's owner did something and scared the wolves away. But he was like, just be out on the lookout, like there's wolves out here. And I was like, okay, and I just thought that was funny. Hey, how you doing? As much as like, people always ask me about bears and stuff that like, and I'm always like, yeah, there's no bears. Like dude was like, look out for the wolves. Like he was like serious. It wasn't like no joke. He was like, just head on a swivel because they out here. So I was like, wow, okay, so I guess sometimes you do have to, pay attention. Hey, 133, thank you. Super Chat Squad said, if you see this, leave a like for a real one to me. Thank you. Appreciate the double whammy. Thank you. So, if you see anything roaming up behind me other than a human, Let me know. How you doing, Matthew? Hey, Anthony, good to see you too. Rose on a little staycation. I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at that. Okay. Yeah, Angela. The when I'm outside, that's when the bear comments, come out. But like I said, you know, I do have to buy some more bear spray. I I haven't had bear spray in a couple years, so I gotta get me some of that. But we just Felix, I'm good. I'm good. How are you? Oh, wait a second. Felix said I'm feeling stressed. What's wrong, Felix? You okay? You okay? What's wrong? Let's talk about it. How you doing, Savannah? Soaking up the nature. Had to get outside. I had to get outside. I was a little tired earlier because me and Mike walked around for I don't know. We walked for a long time yesterday, just walking, talking, catching up. So I was a little wore out this morning, but I said, man, I got to get out here and get out in some of this sun, some of this nature. John G. I don't know what's in bear spray, Felix. I feel like it's just like super powered mace. Um, when I was working at Glacier National Park, somebody got mad. I think they got fired. So they let some bear spray off in the employee cafeteria. Um, and like I was just kind of walking into it and everybody was running out. And I just caught like a little whiff of it. And it was, nah, that'll sit you down. That boy, I done been maced before, right? Outside the bar, long story, the old me. So I done been maced before. This, I felt like this was, nah, I'd have took that mace all day over that bear spray. And that was just a little whiff of it. So just carry a walking stick. OG, uh, I don't think that's gonna be enough if the wildlife out this way that you might run into is wanting to do something to you. That walking stick ain't gonna, nah, that walking stick ain't gonna. They tell you half the time, like, you know, certain weaponry ain't gonna work. Yeah, so that walking stick ain't gonna do nothing if that bear is really trying to get to you. You went to a timeshare seminar, TB on? Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. I agree with you. Yeah, but they didn't scam you. That's all that matters. Did you get the free prize or whatever? Oh, Felix got a little financial stress. Body's a little tense. Hosting a podcast. Oh, that'll be fun. Maybe that'll release some of the stress. Comedy. I do not eat 3 meals a day. I almost never. I rarely ever eat breakfast, but I think I might start. I think I might start. Yeah. I feel like I've been getting hungry in the morning. I used to didn't get hungry in the morning. I think I've been getting hungry in the mornings. Lee, you heading back to the mountains Thursday? Back to Vail? Nice, nice. I'm glad. I think I'm ready for you to. I'm ready for you to be back, doing what you do. Yeah, I know. Drew just got back from a great New England road trip. Explored upstate New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, Boston, Connecticut. Oh, has some delicious wings. Let's go. Buffalo wings in Buffalo. Let's go. Thank you, KS. I'm a pretty calm person. I'm a pretty calm person. There's really not a lot to get worked up about. And I'm one of those people that like, when I was younger, I used to get like angry a lot. Um, and when I get drunk, I used to get angry a lot. So like the anger is there under the surface. So I make a point to not let it come up. You know what I mean? And I think over time it just, you listen to a lot of Zen stuff and meditate and and then I'm in nature a lot. You just realize there's really not a ton to get worked up about. Typically. Hey, Night Fighter. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Super glad. Thank you. Said been watching for a while, loved the videos. After trying to have a steady job for a few years, I think I'm making a return to seasonal work this winter. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong. It happens. But I'm telling you, seasonal work will ruin you for regular work. Seasonal work will ruin you for a regular job. It's hard. It's hard to, especially when it's like, man, I could be in a cool location, meet some new people, new friends. It's just hard to be at just like your regular job in the city forever. You know, trust me, I get it. I get it. Good luck jumping back into seasonal work. Jeanette wanted to know, how do you handle taxes since you move so much and change jobs so often? It's really not that hard. Honestly, the hardest part of my taxes is the 1099 from YouTube. Like that's probably the hardest part. All the jobs I have, they're just, you know, just W2. You just plug and, you know, copy paste. The only thing that, like federal doesn't care. So your federal taxes does not care what state you're in. The only thing that's a little harder is just the states, you know. So if you worked in 2 states, you got to file, you know, you got to handle your taxes for those 2 states, which that's not that hard. I mean, that's plug and play too. So it's really not that hard. The first time you're really nervous, and then you do it and you're like if you use a you know, a tax program and you just got like 2 W-2s, it's a breeze. Yeah, it's not that hard. That was something I learned. Like, yeah, I'm not scared of taxes no more. I do them. I pay my taxes, but yeah, it's not a big deal. Hey, J-Spec, we here. Funny stories living in a car. I didn't really live in my car. I road tripped in it. So yeah, I didn't really live in my car. Ellie, how you doing? Good to see you. That seems like a lot of work.
Yo, Jim.
What's up?
Sorry, I don't
No, you're good.
Andy,
Tell him.
for professional.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What up? Good to see you.
Good to see
Good
you.
to see
man.
you.
I was just like going back, and I was like, "That's Tim."
This is actually good. See, they can see people. See. How's it going? See, I told y'all, people recognize me. No, it's good to see you, man.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I'm here for the summer.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah.
I've been still watching you off and on.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Cool.
Hope you're doing well.
Thank you. If I see you around,
Yeah.
we'll get up and maybe grab something.
Yeah,
Eat
let's
something.
go for a hike or something.
Yeah,
if you want. So,
definitely.
Cool.
See you later, man.
Yeah, have a
good
good
seeing
day.
you. I didn't script that. That just happened. I didn't script that. KS, yeah, I'm sober. I haven't had a drink in 6 years. It's going on 7. It'll be 7 this year. Yes. Yeah, I think it'll be 7 this year. The years go past, so I'm not really sure. Hey, 123 official. Thank you. Super Chat Squad. So forget to tell you I'm sampling you in a song. Oh, okay. That's cool. Just send me the song. I'm down. Send me the song. I mean, as long as it's a good song. Make sure it's like one of your best. Jeanette, usually I've never done an in-person interview for seasonal work. It's either, these days it's like Microsoft Teams or Zoom, but a lot of them are phone too. So it's kind of half and half these days. It used to all be phone, but now, yeah, it's like Teams, Zoom, phone. So yeah, I don't think I've done an in-person interview. I've never done one for a seasonal job. See, real-time meet and greet, Angela. You see it, CJ? I'm just sitting at a park. I keep telling you I'm him. I'm joking. Just sitting at the park, bitch, in the middle of Montana. Community, you know. God, that's the end of our cloud. Yeah, Gilbert, I'm sure I'm an introvert. I'm sure I'm an introvert. Like in moments like that, you know what I mean? I'm like I said, I always say, when I have a reason to talk with people, I'm very friendly, outgoing. Left to my own devices, I just stay in my little section though. Clint, thank you. Super Chat Squad, thank you, Clint. Hey, MH, awesome. 2 weeks until 2 years. Let's go. Let's go. Enjoy the donuts. Yeah. Linnell, it is I love meeting people, but then I always overanalyze in my head. You know what I mean? Like, did I say anything? You know what I mean? I just always I did a short about that a while back. I always overanalyze it. Like even right now, I'm like, was I friendly enough? Did I, I don't know. I always do that because it is so like spur of the moment. There's no preparing. She's like, oh, what up, boom, boom, and I'm always like, man, did I come across? Boom, boom, boom. Did I say? You know. Then I'm always like, man, should I? I don't know. It's just something in me that one day I'm gonna fix. But thank you again, Clint. Super Chat Squad. Thank you, thank you. Oh, I didn't even notice the chair and the hippo in the chair. Oh, I'm getting nauseous. Okay, thank you, Clint. Thank you. Yeah, it's always great meeting people, man. It's. I mean, here lately, in the past month, that's like 5 people that um I've just randomly come across. That's awesome, man. We working. What up, Master Yalla? KS, my turning point, and I struggled with relapsing for many years. It was a lot of starts and stops. Before this time, I was sober for almost a year, I think, and then one day I just decided I wanted to drink again. So it definitely wasn't a cold turkey or nothing like that. The turning point for me, it was a couple different things. One, I was getting too sick. For like 4 hours of drinking on a Friday night, I was sick until Sunday evening. Like, I'm not exaggerating. So that's not worth it, And then I just got to the age where it wasn't cute no more, Like, it just wasn't, I was in my 30s, bro, about to be in my mid 30s. It wasn't cute no more. I was in my mid 30s, excuse me. It wasn't cute no more. And I've told this story a lot. Like, I was just sitting, I was renting an RV at the time, and I was just sitting in the RV and trying to decide if I wanted to go, get something to drink. And I just was going back and forth in my head about it. And I was like, Tim, if you can sit here and like look yourself in the mirror and say that this is you, like you're happy with this life and you don't mind being known as the crazy, drunk, stupid, angry, whatever acting person when you're drunk, then keep drinking. But I was like, if you can't look yourself in the mirror and like accept this, then like we got to stop. And honestly, like that's been something that lots of things in my life that, when I realize that eventually like I need to quit, like that's what it usually comes down to, is I get to that place where I can't live with it no more. Like this is, you know what I mean? My parents raised me too good to be out here wilding in these streets drunk. You know what I mean? And it took me years to get there. But that was kind of the turning point. Like, and the thing with that is you're not there until you're there. So, a month before that, I wasn't there. And I've, done videos about this. Sometimes I just think we have to get there. And the starting and the stopping and the quitting and the relapsing, all of that is helping us to get there. That's why I say don't beat yourself up too much with the relapses. You're still working towards your goal. You may not be going there in a straight line of sobriety, but you're still working towards your goal. All those days you don't drink add up, I personally think, and it's getting you to that place of like whatever your turning point is, of being like, okay, this is it. Like it's a war, People like to think it's a battle. Oh, just one day I said I'm gonna defeat drinking and I'm done. It's like, nah, it's a war. And any war that lasted any length of time, one side lost. Both sides have lost, but it's a war. You just got to come out victor at the end. And every time you show up to battle and win, you're pushing forward to that day when you just give it up, And I firmly believe everybody can get there. Not just saying, I think, if you fight long enough, I think you get there, And worst case scenario, you're staying sober some of the time while you're fighting, like last year you drank every single day. Maybe this year you don't drink 3 months out the year. That's 3 months of winning. Next year you might be sober 6 months. That's 6 months of winning. The year after that, you might not drink at all. But like every day you don't drink is a win, No. Comedy, getting recognized doesn't make me feel uneasy. like I said, one time it did, and that was just because the person was on something. Um, and I was up in Estes Park. This was actually last summer, and the person was on something, and you know, and I stood there and talked, and we had a decent conversation, but I just knew something was off. But it's Estes Park, so he he wasn't there long. They ain't gonna play that in Estes Park. And I hope he got help or whatever. But that was the only time I was kind of like, and I wasn't uneasy in the moment. I just was kind of like, I don't know, like if when I come back downtown, if I'm gonna see, I was like, I just didn't, people was looking at us, you know. But that was probably the only time I ever felt uneasy. Other than that, nah, it's all love, man. It's love, The love is always 100 times greater than anything, you know what I mean? So like, it's all love, man. Like it, and that, I think stuff like that makes you believe in humanity even more, I'm out here, everybody knows, I don't carry weapons, I don't, know karate, I know crazy. No, you know what I mean? I'm just out here. And any given moment, someone might see me and just run up on me, and it's always love. Even the one guy, it was love in his own kind of on something way. It was, I mean, he was giving me my flowers, So like that just, kind of renews your faith in humanity a little too. It's like, just random people come up and show you love, man. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. And if the day ever came where somebody got crazy, well, it'd just be one person out of, how many? T Black, what up? Oh, roaming. Hey, you know what, roaming? I would still look into it. You know, there's a lot of seasonal jobs that are remote, but they might have a major city an hour and a half away. Hour away. If you could find a way to get into the clinic you need to get to and get back. So I don't know. I would still look into it, and if you can't make it work, I get it. But like you never know. I don't think it's beyond the capacity of the universe to find you an awesome seasonal job that still allows you access to the things you need access to. It's a big universe. Flies. Oh yeah, Drew. People. Yeah, people have asked for photos, selfies. No, that one of the general manager at one of my jobs, he had like a shelf of like stuff, like tchotchkes and collectibles and stuff, and he asked me to sign something for him. That was pretty cool. He's like, sign this mug for me, and I was like, really? I thought he was joking. He was like, no, like sign it. Here's a Sharpie, and I was like, respect. He's a really good guy, really really good guy. I really respect him. So that was cool. But yeah, people take pictures. You don't know. see, see, I feel you. Say randomly seeing Tim in the woods would be the best day of my life. I feel you. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. We gonna make that happen somehow. Universe, we gonna make that happen. Did I miss? Jace, what up? Thank you, Adrian. Thank you. Said to build a great community. Hey, I always say the community's y'all. I just turned the camera on. The community's y'all. So it's us. So I appreciate y'all being a part of it. Mark, I'm good. I'm good. Can't complain. Can't complain. Retired 2019. I probably eat twice a day. I rarely eat breakfast, but I'm starting to think I'm gonna start eating breakfast. But it's rare for me to eat 3 meals a day. Like if I do eat breakfast, like yesterday, I was hanging with my buddy Mike, so we had a little brunch. He chefed up a little something when I got there, and then like I ate dinner. I don't know. I may have to start eating, or I might start getting a little snack, or something in the mornings. Hey, 1 through 3 official coming through again. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Super Chat Squad. So when you gonna give some skits? I don't know. Like I think about it, and then I'm like, yeah, I'd have to come up with some skits that I felt were worthwhile. You know what I mean? Jeanette, I yes, there's seasonal workers, all ages. You know what I mean? And a lot of it depends on the property. You know, like the YMCA of the Rockies, where I go a lot. Um, there's people working there in their 70s. Like they got people coming there who've been coming there for 30 years. Like, yeah. So I mean, they got people working there like their 70s. Um, like it sadly, like there'll be people who like don't show up, and it's because like actually I don't want to tell that. That's not coming out the way I wanted to say. Basically what I'm trying to say is some people work there in the summers until they literally can't work anymore, like, or they pass away. Like that's the age group, it goes up to there sometimes. Like, some of the people who don't come back is like, oh, they passed away during the winter. But there'll be people there in their 70s and plus out there. So a lot of people in their 60s, 50s, 60s. And different places, different seasonal jobs have different concentrations of, people in their golden years. But I mean, yeah, obviously, 20s is the big age group, a few 30s, a couple 40s sprinkled here and there, something, but yeah, there's, and I mean, I would just ask, if you apply for a job and, they reach out to you, I would just ask, hey, I'm so-and-so years old. Is there going to be anybody kind of my age there? What do y'all think? Yeah, because they'll tell you. Hey, Jose, enjoy yourself at NYC. Nice. Head back to Chi-Town tomorrow. Make the most of your last day. Let's go. Don't waste it hanging out with us. Get out there. Not joking. Appreciate you checking in. Hey, D. Jefferson, thank you. Comedy, not really. Not, I'll be honest with you, I really don't. It's been forever. Like it's not a part of my life anymore. That's why I always equate it to like a relationship. Like if I broke up with somebody or someone broke up with me 6 years ago, you might think about the good times y'all had. No, let me not even say if they broke up with me. If I broke up with them, if 6 years, 7 years ago, I identified that somebody was not good for me, 7 years later, I might think about the good times me and her had, but I'm not calling her up to get back with her. If anything, I'm just glad I dodged a bullet. You know what I mean? I'm like, dang, I'm glad I got out of there. So like that's how it is with alcohol. There's no. And here's the thing: I can still go out with friends now. You know, and honestly, a lot of the stuff we use, like I still go out with friends now, but I don't party no more. Like I'm in my 40s now, so like it just don't hit me the same. I could probably party once a year. I could probably stay up to like 2 in the morning once a year now, and it would take me all day to recuperate. So it's just like, I think back to, the fun times. Like me and Mike yesterday were reminiscing, when I first came to Montana, me and him and the whole crew, we had some really fun times, and we were reminiscing and talking about that and laughing and joking. But I have no desire to go back to that. You know what I mean? Like like it was the past, bro. Like we did it big. Like we did it pretty big. We did it. You know what I mean? So we good now. And part of it too is I've got things I'm trying to do now that there's no place for alcohol in. So like, maybe if I was still just kind of, but like I got plans. I got things I'm trying to do. We're on this, this prosperity project. There's no place for drinking in that. So why even go back down that road, My take on cold plunges, cold showers. People say they work, Frankie. I don't do them. So I'm good. I'm good. Jay, yeah, I take the Amtrak all the time. I was just on the Amtrak a month ago, maybe a little longer now. Yeah, I'll be on the Amtrak all the time. I took it from Portland to Seattle, which isn't a big trip, but yeah, I mean, within the last year, I probably was on Amtrak 5 times, something like that. You know what, comedy? These days, I think we're really big on like trying to find the reasons digging into your past. That wasn't how I got sober. Maybe there weren't any crazy reasons. Maybe I just like drinking, or maybe there were. I don't know. There was no let me figure out why I drink so I can correct that so I don't drink. I just stopped drinking. It wasn't fun no more. So that is I'm not downing that. That's definitely an option, but I don't think you have to do that. Some people think, oh, if you can just figure out why you drink, then you can stop. I don't think it's always that simple for everyone. Addiction is different for everyone. So for some people, possibly. They dig into their past, they figure out why they're doing it, they can kind of try to work on that, find peace with that, they can fix it. I think for some of us other people, that ain't our path. Like, we just gotta stop. I don't care why I drink. I just can't do it no more. So for me, I never, I know when I started drinking, I just was hanging out with people who were drinking and I liked drinking, So like, I didn't start drinking to cope with something. I just was hanging out with people who were drinking and I like drinking. I like partying. And so maybe that's why for me it wasn't. And I realized once I started drinking, like, oh, this is kind of cool to get in this different frame of mind or whatever. But yeah, I didn't start drinking to escape from anything. I just like being drunk. Like, yeah. You know what I mean? I'm a pretty basic person. There's not a lot going on here. What you see is what you get. Thailand was I'm not in Thailand anymore, Jay. I'm in Montana. KS, near the end, I started getting blackouts. Yeah. I was drinking the same amount, but I was starting to black out. So yeah. And that's another thing. Them blackouts are no joke, man. When you wake up at home and don't know how you got home, and your truck is in the neighbor's yard, doors wide open, that type stuff. You don't know where your shirt's at. You just wake up at home on the floor, don't know where half your clothes you're wearing are at. You went out in or at. It's crazy, bro. It's not people calling you up asking you about things that you don't even remember doing. And you just know it's a matter of time before, like, you do something and you wake up and I woke up in jail before. You know what I mean? So like, it ain't no fun, man. Nah, them blackouts are scary, bro. I'm telling you, them blackouts will scare you. Jay, Amtrak is definitely better than Greyhound. I think anything's better than Greyhound. Better than flying? Tomato. It just depends. Jeanette, I don't think, like, when I initially started living this lifestyle, people didn't get it, but like now they get it. It's just who I am now. Tim might come through. You might see Tim once every few years. He's always somewhere. Where you at? What you doing? So like, the people who didn't get it, now they just know it's me. So, yeah, I don't think they think I'm nuts. It's just me now. It's been 10 years. So like, they're like, this is what Tim does. We don't understand why, but like, this is what he does. So, so. But yeah, a lot of them didn't get in the beginning, but they came around. I was like, oh, okay. Well, yeah. Hey, 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Coming through again. I appreciate all the love, man. Thank you. So, bro, you looking smoother than Gary Coleman. But I appreciate that. Thank you. I guess that's a compliment. I guess we'll take it as a compliment. Okay. Thank you. 1, 2, 3. Appreciate that love. Incognito. What up, peeps? Jose, I don't. As long as both people who are potentially getting in a relationship are of legal age, I don't care why. If it matters to you or the other person, then it matters. If it don't matter to you or the other person, then it don't matter. If you meet somebody and there's an age difference and neither of y'all care and y'all both legal adults, it don't matter. Y'all are the only two people, that who are in there, like, so that's why I say it don't matter. Like, some people's like, yeah, I just can't do it. Respect. I just don't understand why we get so worked up, especially we get worked up about other people's relationships because there's an age difference. What does that have to do with you? So that's why I'm like, I don't care, bro. When all the relationships of people of the same age work out, then we can talk. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Everybody getting divorced. Everybody breaking up. So why does it matter? You know what I mean? Like, why does it matter? No one's figured out this relationship thing, you know? Yeah, Angela getting some good snipe practice today. We appreciate that, Angela. I was waiting on that one. That one I was waiting. I knew that one was coming. Mark, I'm gonna be honest with you. In Thailand, I ate a lot of good food. I walked around. I went to the dentist. I took the bus, and I sat in my Airbnb and watched gameplay videos. Pretty much what I do in the States. It was not expensive. I went because it was inexpensive. And I wanted to find out more about how inexpensive it was. But yeah, I do the same things all the time. You know, comedy, I don't really, I wasn't, people ask me that a lot of times. Like, I don't remember really looking ahead too much. Like I wasn't, you know what I mean? Like, I think I just kind of had the, you know, just the same kind of generic view of life. You know, you figure, oh, I guess I'll be married with kids or whatever. There wasn't really this, oh, and that was probably part of, I won't say part of the issue. Because, like, I enjoyed my 20s and 30s, you know, so I'm not mad at my life. But I really didn't have something I was going towards. So it's not like I look back now and say, oh, man, I thought I would be, you know, I feel so blessed with my life now that, like, I don't think there's any way 18-year-old Tim could have believed he'd be doing this stuff, you know? So, like, it's definitely not a, oh, I thought I'd be doing this, but I'm only doing this. It's like, bro, like, I had no concept that I'd be able to have gone all the places I've gone and, like, done all the things I've done. So, like, yeah, Tim at 18 had no concept of any of this life. So that's another reason I love talking to young people about it. Just because, like, you know, if they can start, if traveling is their dream, you know, a lot of people it's not, but if it is, you know, you can make one video and open them up to a whole world that they never, you know, conceived. So yeah. Angela, I saw that person. One more, come on. I was doing the same thing, Angela. I was like, yep, next one gonna be crazy. See you later, Jose. Julian, you can make a YouTube channel and not show yourself. There's a lot of people killing the game on YouTube and other platforms, and you've never seen their face. So that's always an option. Secondly, if you do end up showing your face, you might be nervous in the beginning, but honestly, the best way to get comfortable with, like, look, like, showing your face is showing your face. I was thinking about that today because I was Googled myself or looked up my channel just to see what was popping up, as I do routinely. And so sometimes I'll just go through, you know, and I'm like, damn, Tim, you got a lot of videos on here. And I was like, man, you get real comfortable looking at yourself in this game. So, you know, sometimes we're uncomfortable, not saying you, but sometimes we're uncomfortable showing ourselves because, and I'm speaking from personal experience, maybe some insecurities or self-confidence issues we have about ourselves. And I can honestly say YouTube will help you with that. Because, like, for me, some of the things I don't like about myself, I realize that, like about my physical appearance, I realize people see it every single day, right? Thousands of people see it every single day. You know, Tim, you're super skinny. That one still kind of gets me a little bit, if we're being honest. I got to work on that. But it's like, Tim, you're super skinny. Tim, like, your teeth are screwed up. Like, Tim, whatever, your nose is bad. Like, all the little stuff that you, like, don't like. You know, once you realize thousands of people see it every day and it's fine. In fact, some of them slide in your DMs, you know. It's a good way to, like, boost your you know, your self-esteem, and you realize, like, oh, it's okay. Because a lot of times that's what it is. Like, we're nervous about putting ourselves out there for other people to see because maybe, once again, I'm speaking from personal experience, maybe we don't like what we see when we look in the mirror. But, like, other people don't care. If you know, got entertaining, informative, thought-provoking, you know, content, people are going to watch. And, you know, every now and then some troll is going to say something about it. But most people are just going to watch and, like, they don't care. Like, not to mention, the best way to come in contact with the people who rock with you is to put your face out there. Oh, yeah. Hey, 133 coming through again. Thank you. Oh, whoa. I was trying to put a like on it, hit the wrong button. I'm trying to put a like on it. They won't let me. Thank you. Super Chat Squad, thank you. So I wanted to say the other day when I told you this mofo blocked me for not sending them money, they went out of line. You were right, they did me a favor. Facts. They're doing you a favor. Like if someone has to borrow money and you say, I don't have it right now, or I'm not gonna give it to you, respectfully, and they block you, they're doing you a favor. Of course, now they're probably gonna unblock you and ask for money again. But like they're doing you a favor. They're showing their true colors. Cause so now you don't have to be like, oh man, should I have let him borrow the money? Should I have let her borrow the money? Now you know, like this person tripping. Corey Cummeth, how you doing? Yeah. They did you a favor. Appreciate that love, that continued support. 133, thank you. Jeanette, respectfully, I appreciate the love. I'm super skinny. You can ask anybody. They will be like, hey, Tim's that dude, but he's skinny. You know what I mean? So like, it doesn't always show on every camera, but I'm super skinny. Respectfully, like it's not something like I'm saying to try to. Nah, it's the truth. You guys, anybody see me? They'll be like, yeah, he's skinny. He wears it well. But you know. Oh yeah, Lee, we're gonna get some walk and talks. I was scouting out a walk and talk location walking up here. Like honestly, I was gonna just turn around and do a walk and talk. And then I was like, I seen these park benches. I was like, wait a second. The people have been asking me to do one of these outside. You know, always give the people what they want while simultaneously always leaving them wanting more. That's game. Julian, if you start your channel, remember that. So yeah, I was like, let me do a little walk and talks out here. You know, I mean a little live stream. But yeah, we're gonna do walk and talk. Yeah, I don't know where Praveen is. Comedy. I got an iPhone. I don't even know. I got an older iPhone. It's like an iPhone 11, maybe iPhone 11, which is time to upgrade. But I think I'm gonna go back Android. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go back Android. But yeah, I think I got like iPhone 11, bro. Oh, so you're trying to start the personal brand, Julie? Nice. You know what you said? Do you think recording yourself and not posting it to get comfortable? I say just rip the bandage. Like my opinion, you're just stalling the inevitable. Like that's just the issue is creating videos and posting. I say make the videos, post them. Just go ahead and just get it out the way. Or it'll be something else. Okay, I'll make some videos and never post them. And then next it'll be like, oh, I'll make it'll always be something. When at the end of the day, you know you're gonna have to make videos and put them on the internet. I would just make a video, put it on the internet. And I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. I've been doing this a long time, so I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. Nothing. Like the world is not gonna end. Nothing's gonna change. A few people will watch it. You'll get some good feedback, a couple people might thumbs up, nice, oh cool, whatever. You'll post some more, kind of the same thing. Like it's just, you just got to do it. Like, it's just like if you scared to take a flight. There's a lot of stuff you can do to try to prepare yourself for the flight, but you're not gonna like get over your fear of flying until you take the flight. Like, there's no substitute. You can get in all the flight simulators you want to, because honestly, a big part of the getting comfortable with it is when you put it out there for everybody to see it. You just filming for now, you can definitely practice and get more comfortable on camera, but I honestly feel like putting it out there to the world makes you work harder at if you identify, ooh, boom, 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 I didn't like like if you post in the next video, that's gonna make you tighten up maybe a little more. Yeah, if you're just making videos and you're not gonna post them, you might phone it in, So my recommendation, and not saying it's what you have to do, but yeah, I would just rip the bandage, get it over with. Did a walk and talk Nevada near the dam? Which one was that? I do a lot. Oh, Chicago bought a camper like you said you would. Got a campsite for 6 months. Let's go. Saving money. Let's go. Awesome. Awesome. I love to hear when people come back and be like, remember what I said I was going to do that? I did it. 1 through 3. Appreciate the love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The twos coming through again. Said, how proper name is Poet Skinny? OGs know. Hey, the OGs, the real OGs know. The OGs know. You know, I don't even use that name no more. But yeah. It's crazy that people still remember that name. I just don't like Apple, bro. I got this phone for like the improved camera. But I just don't, you know, it's different. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, I'm just not an Apple person. So I think I'm gonna switch back. Oh, Paul, yeah, that's a good book, man. I listen to that book pretty regularly. Yeah, it's a good book. Lucky Rose, I think you can get there. Well, I'll ask you a question in return. Why couldn't you be able to get there? You know? Yeah, no, you just keep walking regular. You know, it gets easier. You know, that's my new question. I'm gonna start asking myself because I do ask myself that sometimes when I'm doubting myself I'm like, why couldn't you do it, Tim? Arson Fire. I don't do favorites, but there's some YouTubers I really appreciate. Retire and Go, Life with Kiki. I thought she was coming back, like hardcore on YouTube. I got very excited, and I told her that. She'd be busy. She'd be doing stuff, but she's one person that like, she's got it. She's got it. Like she has that. There's it. She's got it. Linnell Atkins, who's one of my gurus. I post that on her channel. Like, you're my guru. She's like, this dude's weird. Who else is somebody I really like? Gary V, obviously. I'm trying to think of some other YouTubers that. There's a lot. It's just hard to remember them off the top. Jenny Pie, thank you. Super Cat Squad, thank you. Said, looking good, Tim. Love the background. Bless you. Blessings to you too. Thank you, Jenny Pie. I'm gonna real quick show you the foreground. Ooh, you see that? Ooh, whoa. You see that depth? You see that? Over here, there's a lot of trees. You can't really, you can't really drink that all in. But look, you see that? You see the mountains back? Ooh. Actually, they're closer than they look. The camera makes them look further away. But thank you, Jenny Pie. Thank you. And then we got Amen Shorts, Super Chat Squad. Thank you. That is love. I appreciate the love. Thank you. I see you looking gunned up in the profile picture there. I see you. I see it, Amen. Okay. 1 through 3 coming through again. Said, my G, I was terrified to fly, but seeing you accomplish your dreams convinced me to fly. Go to the Philippines this year. Thank you. Yes, I will show. Yes, let's go. That is awesome. And I appreciate the love. Super Chat Squad, again, the continued support. Yeah, man. And that's the beauty. And I say this all the time to, like, other people thinking about, starting a channel or, putting content on the internet. You never know how you telling your story, whatever that is. Even if you was like, oh, I don't know if my story's whatever. No, there's somebody going through exactly what you're going through. And somebody you might just be doing something regular that you think is regular. And you film it or you record it or you talk about it. And there'll be somebody who takes something from that helps them. They might have a similar thing they're going through, or it might be something totally different. But your thing, seeing you do your thing or conquer your thing or whatever, make something click with them for their thing. It might be something totally different. And you're like, I don't know, I just wanted to talk about my so-and-so. And somebody like, hey man, that was a crazy video. It really opened my eyes. You're like, I don't even know what you're talking about. But you know what I mean? So yeah, that's why I'm always for or even just in life. I think we don't share enough in life in general. It ain't gotta be the internet. Just a lot of times, we'll go through something, we'll never tell nobody about it. And I'm like, hey, it's your business. You don't have to spread it. But, there might be some young people at your job or, at the church or whatever who, that might be the thing that sets them on the right path, is just hearing somebody older than them say, you're not crazy. You're not alone. You're not a monster. You should have seen me 20 years ago. I was in a worse place than you. And look at me now, you know, so. Hey, Paul, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Super Chat Squad. Oh, I like that. Okay, here we go. Boom, boom. I like it. Thank you, Paul, for the pounds. International Super Chat Squad. We here. Thank you, Paul. International Super Chat Squad. That leaning tree looks suspicious. I think we good. I think we good. You know, I run. So, well, this is in the woods, but like there's a trailhead right there. Like you'll see. Like watch this. Wait for it. Wait for it. Here it comes. Wait, wait. It's taking forever. There's gonna be a bus or a van or something. Where'd it go? It didn't. Oh, it made me look crazy. But like, there's a road right there, and then there's a trailhead, and then it goes up in there. So at a point like this, I'm like, I'm not scared of nothing. Like, I'm chilling right here. I mean, here's the thing. From hiking many trails in many places, the people who come out and hike in the woods are, you know, pretty much regular people who enjoy nature. You know, the vibe of people who enjoy nature and come out and hike is not to harm people. So like, I'm rarely scared of people. Like, I don't, unless I see somebody looking crazy, which I don't even think I ever have. Maybe once or twice somewhere. But like, I don't even think about being scared of people in the woods. Like, crazy people are in the city. You know what I mean? Like the mountains, the woods, you know? So it's just a different vibe. And you know, I'm not really scared of the animals. I mean, here's the thing. Humans plot and scheme on other humans to do them harm. Animals, it's like circle of life. So like, you stumble across a bear and you scare it and it attacks you. Or, you know, maybe there's some animal hasn't eaten in forever and they might, you know, be stalking you. Like, it's circle of life, you know? So it's just like, I'm not like scared of animals. I'm cautious of wildlife, obviously, but like, you know, they not plotting on me. It's just circle of life, you know? So I'd say neither, you know? You just got to watch your six, you know? No matter where you at. Hey, A-Man Shorts, thank you. Super Chat Squad. So what's your thoughts on CDL to stack coins for Nomad? Hey, if I think it's a great job. I think they're still looking for truck drivers. You know, when the AI starts driving the trucks 10 years from now, you know, you may have to pivot. But right now, I think it's a great job, you know. You know, people say nobody's hiring. I think they're still looking for truck drivers. I think so. Yeah, go for it. Appreciate the love. Thank you. Especially if you like to travel, because you can be stacking money to travel and travel while driving, you know. Heidi, we're definitely sending out prayers your way. Need employment, permanent housing soon, you know. And need to heal from your mental health issues. You know, I don't know what your circumstances, but the reason I always recommend seasonal work is, you know, it gives you a job, it gives you permanent housing, it gives you housing, even if it's for like a season, you know, 6 months, 4 or 5 months maybe. And, you know, you can be in beautiful locations like this, which I think are great for your mental health. So, you know, I recommend seasonal work. We definitely gonna pray for you. Amen Shorts, thank you. Super Chat Squad, thank you. So, already answered that one. Okay, sorry, already answered. No, sorry, I got behind in the chat. Bazatronic, wow, Bazatronic. Wow. Baz the Trucker checking in. I seen that red pop up. I was like, wait a second. Baz the Trucker popping in. Love from Scotland. Wow. Bazatronic. The OGs know. Baz the Trucker. Hey, I appreciate that. Let me definitely give you a like on that. Super Chat Squad, that is love. I appreciate that. Hefty helping of abundance. Appreciate that. Scotland in the building. How you doing? Appreciate that love. Wow, that's abundance. It's a beautiful, abundant day. Hashtag blessed. You know, I appreciate that. How you been doing, man? Appreciate the love. The pounds. The International Super Chat Squad. They showing up overseas today. It ain't even Memorial Day weekend for them. And they showing up. Hey, Bazatronic, I appreciate that. That's love. Thank you so much. Thank you. How you been? Jeanette, I don't really have a set amount of downtime. But like this time, it was like 6 months, which was too much, I think. I just kind of roll with the punches, you know. I used to when I first started, maybe a month or two, you know. Sometimes it'd be 3 weeks. There's times when I, would go back to Florida for 2 weeks and I'd come right back, start work again, because there'd be off-season work. It just depends, It's what I got going on. Oh, Angela, you working tomorrow, but you get the holiday pay? Okay, okay, okay. But you actually got to work. If they paying you holiday pay, Angela, I'm gonna need you to actually work tomorrow. I get it. You know, some kind of big wig up there, whatever. But if they're giving you time and a half, give Jeff his give Jeff his money's worth. Give Jeff his money's worth. Please. I'm messing with you. I know you work hard, Angela. I know. You'll send me a report? Okay, okay. So what is... Oh, I'll be busy tomorrow. I said, that'd be cool to do a Memorial Day stream. Are these people coming here to sit down or are they walking? Oh, we're about to move. I'm gonna have to walk with it because there's people coming. So we're gonna walk down the road. Let me know if the signal gets too... Let me know how my stability is. Because sometimes it gets too unstable. Hold on. Oh. Let me know how wobbly the... Ow! Where did I get in my eye? Yeah, a bunch of people showed up. I had to get out of there. We're not doing kids. Oh, I'll show y'all where we're going. Hold on. Ooh. Ooh. I'm gonna have to put my other tripod on here in a minute. Walk and talk, here we go. Hey, 133, thank you. So the abundance is here. I'm gonna pull over here real quick and I gotta put my other tripod on. I'm on my other selfies going. If I can find a spot to pull over. Hold on, we'll go right here. Bear with me 1 second. Hang on, folks. Give me a second. Look at the flowers. Okay. Yeah, I was hoping that people were going to keep walking, and they just came in a group. That's the problem with sitting down at a... Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. We got another picnic area. Hold on. Hold on. See, look what I peeped. Uh-oh. 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 We got a little bench right here, folks. Okay. Oh, that's a hill right there. What's down there? We got a little bench situation going on, folks. Hold on. Hold on. Give me another 1 second. I got y'all. My camera was like, rotate device. Hang on. I came prepared. Hold on. Unlock. Y'all get the behind the scenes. That boy got tripods on top of tripods, bro. Like, don't play with me. Y'all get the behind the scenes today. I appreciate y'all sticking around, by the way. I know this is feeling a bit. You're about to get twisted. Hold on. I'm spinning the tripod. Sorry, I'm spinning the camera on the tripod. Sorry. Boom. Trying to find level ground. Hold on. Okay, there we go. And then these are the things that go on behind the scenes y'all don't ever get to see. Is me trying to find the level ground, and you know, that happens a lot when I'm doing an actual video. People just like walk up and you have to like stop the video, and I still feel like that ground isn't level. Okay, anyway. Oh, we're almost at 100 likes, folks. Tim, don't go asking for likes after you just took on this horrible journey. Almost at 100 likes, folks. I appreciate that. Oh. Yeah, that was too. I mean, there was a like. I just don't want to interrupt anybody's. You know what I mean? Like they're coming with their kids to like have a little, you know, picnic or whatever. I don't want to be sitting there talking, you know, in the middle of it. One girl was like, "I think he's a YouTuber." I was like, "Yes, yes, yes." The kids know. The kids know. The kids know I'm him. The parents don't. The kids know. The kids know I'm him. Bazatronic said, "All good, Tim. You're welcome, sir. Thank you. All good here. Not super chatted for a while. I've been in the lurks. Been lurking. Okay. Great to see you live as always. Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Thank you. See, Lurk Squad showing up heavy. I'm in Montana. Someone asked, I'm in Montana. Layla, there's definitely elk here. There's moose here. And if you go, you know, up the road about an hour or so, you know, there's because Yellowstone is down the road. So yeah, there's definitely bison there. I don't think they come this far down. I think the bison stay in their area, or this just isn't in their roam area. But yeah, you go up the road about an hour. There's an hour or so. There's bison. Yeah, it's all you got. All of it. All of the above. All the things. Hey, Millennium, you're welcome. I enjoy streaming. KS, my sleep, I'll be honest with you, my sleep is like crazy right now. From going to Thailand and trying to adjust to Thailand time and then coming back. Yeah, my sleep's been pretty crazy. So I'm hoping once I start working, because yeah, I'm here to work. So I'm hoping once I start working, my body can get adjusted, you know, so I'll be tired. Because the problem now too is like I'll be doing nothing a lot of times to get tired. So like when your body's switching time zones and like you're never getting wore, like, you know, like I'll be tired after lunch because I ate a heavy meal. But like I'm hoping, you know, putting in a day's work 5 days a week, being tired, will help me to sleep better at night. Yeah. Yeah, Danny, you know, hopefully no one rolls up on me now. You know. You never know. You don't worry about one of them kids in the bear. I feel you. As soon as I seen them kids, I said, nope. No, I'm not at Glacier. I'm not at Glacier. No, we're not at Glacier. Nah, because Yellowstone isn't an hour away from Glacier. How far are Yellowstone and Glacier? First bear comment. Well, it wasn't really a bear comment. It was a kid's comment that incorporated bears. I have not worked on a cruise, Jeanette. I don't think I ever will. I'm going on a cruise soon, one of these days. If not this year, next year maybe. I want to go on a cruise, but I haven't been on one. I'm not working. I haven't worked on one. I am just going to be what is called. I'm back in, you know, hotels. You know what I do in the housekeeping department. I'm just going to be a house attendant. Basically like a porter. They used to call it houseman, then they call it house person. Now it's house attendant. But basically like you just clean the public areas. If people need stuff, you bring it to them. You strip the rooms for the housekeepers a lot of places. You know, you clean up around the pool, pick up the trash. And they asked me, they was like, because, you know, my resume is legit. My resume's heavy, right? You know, who else been doing housekeeping for 10 years, like every role, except for the big chair? Um, you know, housekeeping assistant manager down, done it, heavy, got the t-shirt. So they was like, why do you just want to be a house attendant? Like, you got all this experience. I was like, I just want to, like, honestly, I like to come in at the bottom and learn a property. That's part of it. Like, I like to come in and learn. Like, when I was a housekeeping assistant manager, I started as a housekeeper. The only person knew more about that hotel than me was my boss. Me and her started the same year, you know? So shout out to Abs. That's the homie. That's my sister. Um, so I was like, hey, I like coming in at, at the bottom, if you will. All positions are important, so there's really no bottom, but you know what I'm saying. It's like, and I just like learning, If I come in as a houseman and I stay around for a while, like, I'm gonna know everybody and everything. So, and I was like, yeah, also too, I just kind of want to chill, like, you know what I mean? Just give me a list of stuff to do and I'll get it done. Like, I'm chilling, you know. Would I ever get back in management? Possibly. I could be enticed back in management for the right paycheck, because I got some goals I'm trying to meet, but like not at the moment, But I can see down the line. But right now, nah, we chilling. We chilling. We just learning. I never tried a faceless YouTube channel really because this is the fun part, bro. Like, you know what I mean? People don't come up to you and say hi like my boy did, hour or so ago. Will you do a faceless channel? Some of y'all missed it. Y'all weren't here yet. I was literally just sitting there talking. Buddy of mine rolled up. Oh, Tab, what up with you? Besides hiking, what I do for fun? I talk to my friends on the phone. I watch WNBA basketball. I watch gameplay videos on YouTube. I read. I'm probably not the person to ask about fun activities. I don't do much. Shrews, no, what up? Good to see you. Chris, how you doing? Yeah, Angela. I feel like that's what everybody's saying, And I think the companies that get the better employees. People say, hey, I don't mind working hard. In fact, I enjoy working hard. I think we enjoy working hard. You like coming home tired after a good day's work. Our ancestors went out and like they worked doing things that directly, benefited them. We've come up with this new 9-to-5 work thing. But it's still the same. They went out and worked, came back home tired, felt good, put in a hard day's work. We don't mind doing that. We don't mind doing that. But it's just like, I need to be able to get the stuff I need. Like, I need to be compensated properly. And there are companies out there that understand that. And I think they get the good employees. They get the people who stick around. And I think that you're going to see more of that. The companies that keep getting cheaper and cheaper, and really you can tell from day one they don't care about their employees, they're not going to get good employees. You got to, treat people well, treat them with respect. Like, and I don't think it's that hard, How do I deal with stress? It's hard to answer that, just like, 10-second answer. But part of the reason I'm in nature so much is it helps me with stress. This is where I'm. Hard to get stressed when you just staring at the mountains. You know what I mean? So like, part of the reason I'm in nature a lot is I know it helps me with stress. Part of the reason I'm a minimalist, don't have much, less stress, less to worry about. I keep a small circle of people, of good, decent people, so they don't bring stress and drama to my life. I try not to bring none into theirs. Like, I live a lifestyle that works for me because it has its own stress, but it's the stress I can deal with. Other type of lifestyles would have maybe the same amount of stress, but it's not the type of stress I like. I did a video a couple years back that, it was like, find the stress you can deal with. There'll be stress in life, but like, if we can get ourselves to a place where we're living the lifestyle that works for us, the stress won't bother us as much. Because you're like, oh yeah, look at this RV. Who come over here with an RV and a car? They'll be like, yeah, I picked this. Like a lot of like, I was, this happened to me in Bangkok. Uh, and y'all know I didn't do a lot of videos when I was in Thailand, like outside the room, because it's still hard for me to do. And that's stressful when it's like, Tim, you need to do a video. And you need to do one outside for the peoples, for the communities. And I remember one time and I ended up doing one at the park that day. It's like my first, right after I got to Bangkok. But I remember I was walking around and I was like, Tim, you could have been anything. You could have been a banker. You could have been a lawyer. You could have been anything. But you chose to be a nomadic YouTuber, and now you got to put up with this BS. Because I was very anxious, because it just feels like everybody looking at me. They weren't, but I was like, Tim, you could have been anything, but this is the life you chose. Now you got to deal with this ish. Like, it was funny, but it's funny, but it's true. It's like, when you pick the stress, it's a little easier to deal with. So those are some of the things I do. Last time I've been to SoCal, does Sacramento count as SoCal? I don't know where SoCal starts and stops. So the last time I was in California, I went to Sacramento. So yeah, that was a few months ago. I'm not skipping your comments. You know what? I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna be nice. Be nice. Nah, respectfully, that comment bothers me when people say, "Oh, Tim's skipping my comments." When like y'all know, I try my best to like get to everybody's comments, and so if I happen to miss somebody's comments, like it's not personal. You know what I mean? Um, or maybe like you wasn't saying nothing. I don't know. I don't know. But like that kind of gives me like you give my. I'm like, bro, like it's not that personal. Like it just. This is me about to be dramatic. I'm about to warn y'all. I'm about to be dramatic. This is totally over the top. I'm about to be way too dramatic. This isn't easy to do. Like reading everybody's comments and not missing people's comments is not easy to do, people. So if I miss a few, sorry. Okay, I'm back to being me. I just wanted to say that out loud. Seen any good art pieces lately? No, Steve. I don't really look at art, Steve. Not really. Maybe one day when I'm settled down, I'll get into art. Hey, I'm looking forward to this AI art. When we're able to create, our own art pieces just by typing it in what you want. I'm looking forward to that. I think there will definitely still be a place for human artists, but I like the ideal. Like I can't draw, I can't paint, so I like the ideal of being able to create. If I move into an apartment and there's something I want on the wall, I don't have to find someone else to do it for me. I can just have AI do it for me. That's a game changer. So I'm excited about that. Thanks, Chris. Yeah, I'll take it personally. It's just funny. None of your business. It's true. Like I think about this stuff. The philosopher in me thinks about this stuff. We're put here with all these resources for us to live, survive, thrive. Then we as humans came up with this ideal of like having to pay for it. Greed. Because like if that pay for it system worked and we all still got everything we needed, okay. But the fact that like that system of paying for it has billions of people in poverty, and yet we just keep doing it. I don't know. I don't have any answers. I just something to think about, Michael, yeah, man, sunshine vibes. Let's go. T-Beyond, yes, I think baby boom advice is very useful for today's world. Because I think they have experience and wisdom that we don't have yet. Now, the world is changing faster, I think, than it's ever changed in some ways. So in their defense, the things that worked when they were younger, a lot of it doesn't work anymore or doesn't work as well. But I don't think that means we shouldn't listen to them. Because at the end of the day, even though they may not know as much about like technology or AI or, you know, the current state of the job market or, you know, whatever, like the real stuff that matters in life, they know, you know. Your grandmother can probably tell you more about, you know, relationships and do's and don'ts and like raising kids, you know, like they know, you know, they've been here, they've done it. So like they still got good advice. It's just that the world changed so quickly, you know. Some of the stuff that like they're like, hey, this is how you do it, or they might be like, this is how I did it. It just don't, you know, work as well anymore. But I think we need to think about this, folks. You see how rapid the world is starting to change? We're going to be the baby boomers a few years from now, and the world will probably be changing even quicker then. Or even if it stays changing just as quick, we're going to be them in about, and we're going to want to give people advice, and we're going to be talking about the stuff that we're doing now that we think is like groundbreaking and oh great, and we're going to learn. We're going to be trying to tell people about it, and they're going to be looking at us like that. But like they're going to be blaming us. They're going to be blaming us. They're going to be like, these millennials, these millennials and their bad advice, and they raised us horribly, and they ruined our lives, and they don't know anything, and they just need to die off. It's going to be us. So, you know, before you jump down the baby boomers' throats, remember, you going to be that soon, one day. So, you know, that's what I think about. Jeanette, it wasn't very hard for me, you know, to sell everything and start traveling, be a nomad, because this is what I wanted to do. You know, it's kind of like if I'm watching the WNBA and there's a lot of rookies, you know, and yeah, there's like you know, there's a learning curve and like things you got to, you know, learn, and the game is quicker. But if you were asked them how hard was it to get to go play in the WNBA, like they were like, this is my dream. I've always wanted to be in the WNBA. So on that level, like it's not hard. You know, it can be hard from like the standpoint of like actually doing it, but like it wasn't hard to transition because it's what I wanted to do. You know, I was excited about it. Was I also nervous at the same time? Was I also scared? Yes, but like getting myself to do it, I just felt so blessed. Like when I got that job at Yellowstone and everything worked out, I was just so blessed to be able to like get there and do it. That like even though I was nervous and scared, like it wasn't hard to do, like because I wanted to do it. You know, I was excited. Like I'm like, bro, if this works out, this is crazy, and it was. You know what I mean? Where did the sun go, bro? Messing my shot up. So yeah, like, yeah, it was kind of, you know, there was things you have to do and overcome, but like it wasn't. This is what I wanted to do, you know. Yeah, and it's gonna be interesting when we're in our 60s and 70s. I'm excited to see what the world's gonna be like. Like I can picture myself in my 50s. Maybe because like I got like all these like 10-year plans going on, and I'm like, yeah, 55. Yeah, I know where I'm trying to be. No, yes, no. We here? Oh, there it is. That's how you do it. Over there. Oh, no, that ain't it. Yes, I can. We back? We back? We back? Oh, we back? What? We here? Okay, wow, that's crazy. It was crazy, folks. I could see the whole, like I could see y'all's comments the whole time. I could see it the whole time. Like it just what like it on my screen, it looked like nothing happened. Um, but everybody was like, "You're gone, can't see you." So I appreciate the 76 of y'all that stuck around. I don't know what happened. Are we still here? We still back? Yes, no, maybe so. Okay, the numbers are going up, so maybe we're back. I was in the middle of answering Explorer's comment. Explorer, if you're still here, my advice on that is like, yeah, you got to know your situation. Um, I wouldn't listen to anybody else's advice about. Now you can listen to like motivation, but until someone else is in your situation, they can't tell you quit tomorrow, you know. But I will say this: if you realize the job is toxic, is mentally, not right for you, sometimes physically not right for you, I think you can start today planning to leave. You know what I mean? You can start today planning to leave. You may not be able to leave today. You may not be able to leave in 2 weeks, but you can start planning to leave. But like only you can decide when you're comfortable, when your finances will allow you to quit. It's just my job as Mr. Quit Your Job to say that I feel like you're doing yourself as well as the company you're working for a service if like it's not working. It's kind of like if you're in a relationship and it's not working, you're not doing either of you a favor by staying in that relationship. I think the same is true with jobs. If it's not working for me, well then I'm not going to be the best. You know what I mean? Like I can't give the job 100% if like it's not the right job for me. And so, there might be, if you, take your 6 months or whatever, as long as it takes, and you're able to leave that job, they might be able to find somebody who that job works for. Someone out there might be looking for your job. It may not be the job for you, you know? But yeah, I don't think anyone can tell you, like, anyone who's like, nah, just go ahead and quit, bro, and they don't know nothing about you, you know? Yeah, that's, we don't do that no more. Yeah, sorry about that, folks. I don't know what happened. Like, literally nothing changed. Maybe a cloud went, I don't know what happened. None of your business. I think I believe in a creator. I don't know how something could create itself, but I don't know. If we're speaking in terms of creation, I don't think something can create itself. But then someone's gonna say, well, where did the creator come from? I don't know. I I don't think as a human I'll ever be able to fully understand God and the divine and creation. So I get to that. I have my beliefs, you know, and when I'm out walking around in nature, they seem to make sense. So, I continue to believe them. Do I think I have a full understanding? No. So do I try to fully understand? No. But the mountains probably don't have a full understanding either, and they've been here for millennia. So I only got to be here like 90 years. So I just got to find enough understanding to like feel at peace with the divine for about 45 more years, 50 more years. So, What up, Ricky? Felix, I have the utmost respect for like anybody who joins the armed forces. Um, my thing is always like, hey, do your research, and if you realize that's something you want to do, defend your country. I respect that. Got respect. I got respect for anybody who's willing to like put their life on the line for something they believe in, even if it's something I don't believe in. I respect the willingness to do that. So, you know, people going into the military. I just want the kids to have like younger people to like have done their research and maybe talk to someone who's been in the military and learn all about it from them, and then make their decision. But like, yeah, if that's what you decide to do, go for it. Have I made? I've been to Alaska. Yeah, I went to Alaska 2016, um, and I went back twice. I got a friend that lives there. Shout out to my friend Chloe. That's the homie. I went back and visited her twice. It's been a minute now. I need to go back. But yeah, I've been blessed to been to Alaska like 3 times. One summer, one full summer. You know. Oh, you welcome. Business. Michael, I don't have a retirement plan because I don't look at life work till you're 67 retire. Like I just my lifestyle isn't that. I just have to figure out a way to take care of myself for my entire life. That's it. And I'm working on that. So yeah, I don't have like retirement plan because like I don't have to buy into other people's terminologies, or lifestyles. So like I just got to be able to take care of myself my entire life. You know, if I decide to work till I'm 80, I'm working till I'm 80. You know what I mean? If I decide to early retire at 55, like, or not even early retire, see, it just happens. If I decide to stop working, or, you know, if like, I'll be work half the year now. I don't know. Um, I don't know. Yeah, but it's just putting things in place so that I feel comfortable that I'll be able to take care of myself my entire life. Um, yeah, I don't really call it a retirement plan because there's too much baggage that comes with that word retirement, especially when you say retirement plan. Now, if you say early retire, kind of a better baggage. But when you say retirement plan, it's that whole 67, 70, you know, like that. I don't, yeah. We're not making decisions in life based on arbitrary numbers that people came up with. Cause like I'm not expecting or I might get Social Security, but I'm not expecting it. So those numbers mean nothing to me. Cause like I don't have to, the goal is to not have to work, you know, like need that. That's the goal. So yeah. What up, Giselle? At 80, I don't know. Like I just said, I can't even see 65. So I'm sure at 8, like I'll probably be chilling somewhere. I don't know. It's really not, I mean, yeah, I have no clue. I have no clue. You know, we don't even know what the world's gonna do. So like, I got no frame of reference for like what I'll be doing at 80. And honestly, I don't really want to even put out a idea of that. You know what I mean? Like you know, we got an idea for about 55. Hollis, we back. We came back. I don't know what happened, but we back. So yeah, like I got an idea of what I'm working on the next 10 years or so, kind of what I can envision. Like if I'm doing this and if I'm in this position at 55, yeah, okay, cool. That's as far as we kind of got though, you know. I mean, it would have been like me at 20 trying to figure out what I was gonna do at 40. Like you know, I will not get married. Oh, let me say this: I have no desire to get married. It'd be nice to meet somebody and we be together as long as we feel like being together. I really don't need to go down there to the courthouse, sign no. I don't need to get the government bed with us. You know, I have said recently that if I met someone and like we were together for, you know, enough time and I really thought like this was going to be something long term, like really long term, and she for some reason like just had to get married, you know, maybe a religious belief or just something to where she was like, if I don't get married, it just won't feel right. I'm not 100% opposed, but left to me, nah, I don't see the point. I don't like, I don't, there's nothing about marriage that makes me be like, oh, I have to sign a marriage certificate with you, you know, respectfully. Thank you, Angela, for asking people to hit the like button. Sock, I don't think anything is the best right now for everybody. I think this is one of the issues we have is like we there'll be a certain lifestyle that suddenly is like what everybody's talking about at the moment. And it might be right for a lot of people. It might be better for a lot of people, but it's not for everybody. So we can't blanketly be like, oh, living overseas is the move for some people, but there's a lot of people who go and come back. You know what I mean? So it's like, I think that's why I always say, hey, if you think about living overseas, go try it out. And if it works for you, stay overseas. Or you might come back and be like, I might want to try another country. Or you might just want to go from country to country, you know? So I can't say it's the best right now for everybody, but a lot of people are doing it and enjoying it. And there's definitely some things that are better overseas than, you know, like in the United States. So, Antoinette, what up? Miss Tia, hello. Jeanette, I mean, there's nothing from my former life I miss enough that I ever was like, man, I wish I had, you know. Part of the reason, you know, like I like seasonal work and part of the reason I come back to the same places a lot is because like, you know, you do sometimes miss your bank, your local bank. You miss, having a doctor who knows you. You miss having a dentist that's looked in your mouth before. You know, you miss being around people that know you, that you've known for years. So like, there are some things about like a stable lifestyle that you do, from time to time miss. Um, and so I think I get the best of both worlds with seasonal work, but like this is what I do, So you realize that you have to, like, if it's something you really want to do, you won't mind the sacrifices. Now, if you're contemplating doing something and you're really worried about the stuff you're giving up, maybe you don't really want to do it. You know what I mean? So like, that's my thing, is like, there's going to be sacrifices, whatever you do. And I would much rather give up some of that to be able to do the things I love, like traveling and meeting new people and sitting at beautiful spots like this, on Sunday afternoon. Boy, if the few trees wasn't right there, oh, that would be the view. It's still the view. But there's sacrifices you got to make to do certain things, and like, if it's something you really want to do, I think you won't mind, sacrifices. Michael, me and my I'm not a need to see my family all the time type person, so I don't really miss my family. Me and my dad, actually I need to call him soon. But me and my dad talk pretty regular. Me and my family, we talk from time to time. So like, I'm not like, even if I was staying stationary in one place, I wouldn't be by my family. So like, that doesn't change. I haven't lived by my family in, I don't know how many years, I wasn't living near family when I started traveling. When I was living in Gainesville, Florida, like, none of my family lives in Gainesville, Florida. So like, that wouldn't change. Even if I was working a regular, job, living in the same place forever, my family wouldn't be around. So, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't need to be, and that's no shade to them. I love my family. And I've been praying recently to have an even better relationship with my family. Do my part to have a better relationship, But I just not a need to see my family all the time type person. Like, I spend more time with my friends than my family, even when I'm close to family. So, except when I lived at home, Pulsar Green, yes. You said, does life actually get better to the point of which you can genuinely be happy most of the time? Yes. From my personal experience, it can. Is every life gonna have ups and downs and things that happen? Yes. But can you be happy? I'll say majority of the time. I think so. Will there be times when you're going through something and maybe not? No. Yes. But overall, do I think it's possible to have a life where you're happy more than you're unhappy? Yes. To have a life that like you're genuinely grateful for and feel blessed about, and you're just overjoyed to be able to live it? Yes. I'm gonna go as far as to say, I think a lot of people are living that life now, and if they were to start practicing gratitude, maybe they'll be able to see it, because I think that's a big part of it. Sometimes it's not the life we're living that like really needs to change radically for us to get happy. A lot of times it's how we're looking at life we're living. This is why I'm so big about positivity. I'm so big about mindset, things of that nature, because you can take the same life and change your perception of it and realize how amazing of a life you have, and you suddenly get very happy. Like, over time, you get very happy. Like, man, I got amazing kids. I got a nice house to live in. I got a decent job. I'm married to the love of my life. I get to, go and play basketball with my boys on the weekend. Like, you just look at all this fun stuff, amazing stuff you're doing. You're like, man, I got a really good life. As opposed to like, if we're always looking negatively. And instead of seeing all that amazing stuff we got going on, all we do is talk about tariffs or politics or who's doing this and da 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 and da 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 da. Same life. Changing our focus. A year from now, we can be like so happy. Same life, same problems, same people in it. Much happier. just by changing our perspective and looking at all the good, amazing stuff in our life. And like, that's what I really try to do is like, A, live the life that makes me happy. And B, I try to focus on, all the blessings that the divine has given me, like, are there areas to improve? Yeah. Do I got problems? Yeah. Do I go through stuff? Yeah, sure. But like, bro, I'm able to be sitting here in the mountains, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like talking with y'all. Like, I don't know. So I do believe that you can take steps to like actively change what's going on in your life. That definitely helps. But also sometimes just the way we look at our life can help with the happiness. And I think for a lot of people, that's the issue, is that they got decent lives. They just maybe looking at it negatively. Hey, retired 219 said, can't believe that my health scare woke me up. I don't no longer take life for granted. And I'm so glad it was only a health scare. For real. So glad you got through that. And, I think that's how life works. Sometimes it's, I can't imagine what you went through. But like, I think sometimes life, on the back end of some very traumatic stuff, there's a, like, oh snap, because now you can go live. You know what I mean? Not saying you wasn't living before, but you know what I mean? Like, now you can go live. You know what I mean? They can't tell you you've been through it. You know what I mean? So I think life works in those ways. Sometimes, like, we go through something and then it's like, oh, there's a lesson here. If I choose to learn it, that helped me. Now, okay, now I'm not taking it for granted. Whereas there might be someone in that same situation as you who starts living even less now. They get nervous, they get scared. I can't. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, a lot of it is how we respond, I think. Jeanette, yeah, I talked a lot in class. Yes. I always got good grades and bad grades in conduct because I talked too much. That was, yeah, good A's and B's. That was regular. But I always got like U's or N's in conduct. Like, it got to the point, like, when I would get a U, which is like unsatisfactory, I get in trouble. If I just got an N, okay. But yeah, teachers always loved me. I just talk too much. I was meant to do this. This is, that's why I love live streaming, because I can talk and I don't get in trouble. And my friends, you talk to this bunch of real life people, like, he don't ever shut up. Here, when I'm talking too much, y'all can just click off. No harm, no foul. Tim's not answering my comments. Oh, stop, Tim, stop. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. That was petty. I'm sorry. I apologize. Grape Tea News, thank you. Yeah, I definitely was. I was never like the top class clown. I would always want to be. There's always people funnier than me. But I was like number 3. You know what I mean? Like, if the class clown was sick, me and the other person could take her place. You know what I mean? I was always like number 3 or 4 funniest in the class. I was a good backup. You know what I mean? I was like the JV, the JV class clown. You know what I mean? When the varsity, when the quarterback and his backup was hurt, they put me in the game. I am Jolie. We here, man. We here. No, Layla, I'm not going to eat Rocky Mountain oysters on a stream. I know what Rocky Mountain oysters are. So, no. Yeah, Angel, I talk. Sorry to hear that, Chris. Sorry to hear that, man. Blessed to say, I hated, I didn't really like school. But yeah, I didn't really have any bad experiences really, other than, me talking too much and mom getting mad at me. My phone's trying to yell at me about its battery, so prepared. If I can get it to, So part of the reason I'm going back to Android is because the socket on this Apple phone, the charging port is being stupid. So I've never had that problem on Android. And I've had lots of phones. So I guess it's charging now. We'll see. What's the best thing money can do for you? I do think freedom is big, Dakota. I think each person is, I don't think any one person can say the best thing that money can do for, anyone else. But I do think freedom is big, you know? And you'll know that's why I kind of slowly over the years have been changing my message about money. I think back in the day, I very much was like the money is evil kind of crew. And whenever I talked about money, it was with a little bass in my voice. But at the same time, I was working to make money so I could use the money to do the things I wanted to do. Now, do I wish we lived in a world where we didn't have to get money, then be able to do what we need to do? Yes, but like in the world we live in, I think it's kind of naive to be like, money's bad, but then we all go to work 40, 50 hours a week for it. Money's a tool. And it is a tool that like can help you to do the things you want to do in life. And that's why I wish they taught like financial literacy. I wish they taught us how to handle money, because a lot more of us would be a lot further along with our goals and dreams, a lot more freer if we had handled our money correctly since day one, since that first paycheck at 17 and a half years old. If we had known what to do with it, then we could have been using it, to do the things we wanted. The reason why a lot of people feel stuck, a lot of people are stuck in life or feel stuck in life is because of their finances. And I think about this a lot. I'm like, Tim, you always, talking about motivate, being motivational and talking about freedom and living your best life. And I'm like, probably the number one impediment, the number one stopping most people from doing that is like money. And not from a standpoint of like, they're trying to be gazillionaires and fly to the moon with the rest of the gazillionaires. No, from just a standpoint of like, hey, if I could get enough money to get out of debt and then I could pay all these bills off and blah, 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 then I could start doing what I want to do, So, like I said, you'll notice my messaging has changed a little about money. We never going to be, oh yeah, go out there, money over everything. But it's like, nah, like if we can figure out how to take the money we're making and use it wisely to get free in 5 years, cool. If we can find a way to maybe get a little side hustle, a little something else to make a little more money so we can get freer quicker, let's do it. Let's get the money and use it. Let's use the system to get free from the system. That's where I'm at with it now. Did I eat anything strange in Thailand? No. I just had like pork and stuff. No, I didn't go to college, Michael. No. Beat you to that one, Angela. Hey, you're welcome, Dakota. Yeah, it's and I've been realizing too that like the best way to keep all the money in certain people's hands is to make everybody else think money's bad. Money's evil. You gotta have it, but it's evil. And like if you go through life with that, I mean, you're going at cross purposes, right? You're never going to get your finances where they need to be. You're never going to get like financially free. You're never going to really tap into like financial abundance if part of you thinks it's evil and bad. So you're going to like work really hard and get money. And then you're on the other side, you're trying to low key get rid of it because you don't want evilness in your possession. You know what I mean? It's a weird, and I'm realizing I just start seeing all the programming. I'm like, dang, they really have spent a lot of time, effort, and energy getting us to think that like having money is bad. But then they also spend a lot of time, energy, and money telling you like you need money. Like it's just all this conflicting messaging. It's no wonder very few people do it right. It's no wonder that like people who grew up in wealthy households who don't have that messaging and who were just taught to like, hey, A, this is how you make money, and B, this is how you use it. They don't have that same conflict. It's easier for them. Okay, all right, I'm gonna go, I'm gonna do this, okay, but they don't have that, you know what I mean? There's no guilt there. We get money and get guilty, right? It's crazy. I'm not buying into that program anymore. Yeah, like we can learn how to make it work for us. And for a lot of us, it's like we're not out here trying to just like get all the money in the world. We just want to live. We just want to be comfortable. We just want to take care of our kids. You know, we're not trying to, be a gazillionaire. Just want to get out of debt, pay off these student loans, be able to buy a nice car. Most people got basic stuff. They just want to have a nice house in, a nice suburb, not a lot of crime. Take the kids to a decent school. Just want to have the money to do that. And put a little aside so I don't have to worry, I don't have to stress. That's not a bad thing. Use the system to exit the system, exactly options. YGO. So that's the things I've been thinking on, lately. Just like, I'm always trying to identify in all areas incorrect programming. Like, I think my next video is going to be called "We're all worried about AI, but we're the ones who've been programmed. I think when I do my walk and talk next, I think that's what it's going to be. Because like I'm trying to identify more and more the incorrect programs running through my system, and I'm trying to get them up out of there so I can put correct programs. I can reprogram, because I think life's easier when you got the correct program running, especially when you have two programs running against each other sometimes. Lee, you're grilling some glizzies? Oh, stop. And burgers? Okay. Enjoy. Yeah, exactly. They don't want a nation of thinkers. They want workers. Like, if you own a factory, you want workers. If you own steel mills, you want people to work in the steel mills. You only need about 5 thinkers to be the managers. You got to ask yourself, who put together the educational system 150 years ago or whatever? It wasn't people who was like, hey, we want everybody to maximize their potential. It's like, nah, we just want people to work down there at the plant. And there's nothing wrong with that. A lot of people's like, yeah, I don't mind working at the plant. I don't mind working at the steel mill. Pay me correctly, though. And, you can have, like, everybody doesn't want to own a business. Everybody's not an entrepreneur. But it's just like, hey, we don't mind working for you. Just pay us well. And then it would also be cool, like, while we're going to public schools, if you, taught us a little bit about money. We still gonna spend our money on your stuff, but, like, don't have it to where, like, we're low-key programmed to blow all our money on crap. You know what I mean? Yeah, I agree. Professor. Yeah, like, money's not the problem. Lack of money sometimes is the problem. Because, like, poverty is not good. God don't want you to be poor, as much as people like to say, in my opinion, that he does. But yeah, for a lot of people, they have the money. But this is what I'm saying. When you're not taught financial literacy, when you're not taught what to do with your money, and low-key, you're also taught that, like, money's bad. When you do get money, you don't know what to do with it. And part of you's trying to get rid of it, right? But, like, yeah, it would be very easy to squeeze, like, when we were in school, round about 7th grade, between social studies and English, they could have squeezed in a money class, okay? We would have probably hated it at the time, but once a week instead of PE, they could have took us down there to the money class and taught us how to, I'm old, so I'm older, balance a checkbook. The kids don't need that now. But they could have just taught us the basics, and then as you go along, you get in high school, they start teaching you about money, saving, investing, Now, here's the thing, and this is how I know. This is how I know that they have the classes. They just don't teach the masses. This is how I know. When I was in elementary school, when I still kind of cared about school, I wasn't gifted. So once a week, they bust me and the other smart kids, or the kids they deem smart, the book smart kids. They bust us to another school, and, they put us in special classes and taught us stuff they didn't teach the other kids. I was playing the stock market game in elementary school. They had a game where they taught us how to, like, at like 8, they had a game where, like, we were buying and selling stocks. 10 years old, I was buying and selling stocks because they deemed me smart enough. They got the stuff. They, you know what I mean? Why can't every kid, like, you know how many kids who they didn't deem smart enough would have been way better at it because their mind just worked that way if they played the stock market game with everybody? Like, why the other kids just take a nap? We over here buying, stock. So I know they got the classes. I was in them. Then I got a little older. I stopped going to Gifted. I don't care. I want to be with the regular kids. It was fun though. But like, yeah, I know they got. Maybe these days they do. But when I was in school, they didn't teach none of that stuff. And they definitely don't teach it, I feel. Yes, people, as a high school program. Do they teach it in every high school? I'm not saying there's no teaching of anything money. I'm not saying there aren't certain programs. I'm saying there are certain things every high school in America you have to learn. I promise you, they teaching everybody Shakespeare, probably. All this regular BS stuff you have to know to graduate. Why can't it be a requirement that you have to have been through 3 years of financial whatever to graduate? A random class here or there, a random school district, hats off, I appreciate it. But I don't think we would have the trillions of dollars of debt, we have now, if we had explained to kids at a very young age and kept explaining to them the pitfalls of falling into debt. You can talk to them about the Pythagorean theorem till they're blue in the face. They're still not going to get it. But I think if we had broke down debt, a lot more people would be a lot better off right now. Respectfully. Hey, Retired 2019. Thank you. I appreciate the love. Thank you so much. So, Tim, you told me that a person can live a simple life of freedom and material possessions aren't really important. Yes, experiences matter most. I feel so humbled and blessed to have you say that. Like genuinely, and I love that being part of my message because it is so freeing once you realize that. Because a lot of us spent so much time trying to acquire possessions and get more stuff and like making these crazy complicated lives that weren't making us proportionately as happy as it should have been for all the time and effort we put into it. Yeah, you can buy a new car. It might make you a little happier. It's not proportionally happier for the $80,000 it cost you. You know what I mean? Whereas you can just drive a regular car and that $80,000 put somewhere else might make you much happier when it comes to experiences or who knows. Yeah, so like it's not, we don't need all this extra. Life is simple. We complicate it. Humans complicate it. I promise you, no other being on this planet thinks life is complicated. They might think it's hard from time to time. No other being thinks life is complicated. The only time other beings' lives get complicated is when humans get involved. We complicate. If there's any complications, it's us. Everything's simple. Before we all went and got civilized, humans lived simply. It was hard from time to time. There was droughts, there was fires, there was famine, plague, but like we didn't complicate. Like our lives are so complicated now, even when we're doing well, we're stressed. Most of us live in very wealthy countries. Most of us make more money in a year than a lot of people will make their entire life. Most of us are doing very well in a lot of areas if you place it against other people in the world. And yet we're like more stressed out than anybody else. Complications. Why are we so stressed? Why are people more anxious now than ever before? When people doing better in so many areas than ever before. We done complicated our lives. We got a bunch of excess in our lives we don't need. It's crazy. It makes no sense. I'm not doing it. I stopped doing it. Think about that one, folks. Think on that one. Part of the reason is the complications, bro. Razzie, I'm in Montana. And I'm not working anywhere where I said I wasn't going to work. So, let's put that out there. I am not working. Uh, I'll just say it. I'm not working at a place I've ever worked before. So I'm not going back on my word for saying that there was places that really wasn't sure if I was going to go back to. Because the place I'm working at now, I've never been. So, and I'm excited about that. New experiences. Thought I was buffering. Oh, what up? What up, Miss Wit 205? I hope my phone is charging. We'll know in a minute. Yeah. You know, new experiences. We out here. Yeah, but we're in Montana. You know, the and I've said this before, but like a big decision, a big factor in my decisions of like where I'm working these days is there's got to be people nearby that I know. You know, I spend way too much time by myself. You know, in places where I don't know anybody. After a while, like it gets to the point where like even the travel isn't as exciting when there's nobody to share it with. So, you know, I'm trying to be around people I know these days. So I got peeps in Montana. So Andrea, what up? We here. I really don't have that many different income sources. I work, you know, when I'm working. And then I got YouTube, a couple other little things that don't really bring in enough to mention, but yeah, mainly just working YouTube. Now we're working on that. You know, we're on this new abundance prosperity journey. You know, we gonna get some new ones coming in, but currently, you know, blessed that I guess 2 streams we use the most have been enough. You know, so y'all gonna see the growth. One of the beautiful things about being on the internet is it holds you accountable. Because if you say it, you just saw an example of someone will bring it back up and be like, didn't you say, you know what I mean? So, you know, all this stuff I'm talking, I gotta back it up, right? But it's wonderful, like when you set an intention and then like people see you achieve it, you know, that's a beautiful thing. And to me, it's not about people like, oh, Tim did it. It's about, oh, Tim did it. Maybe I can do it. Like that's the thing. You know, that's the paying it forward. That's the payoff. Is if you say, hey, I'm gonna do something, and people are like, that can't be done, or he probably not gonna do it, or whatever. And then you do it, people are like, oh snap. Like, and when people see the whole journey, like you can go back and watch the whole journey. People are like, oh snap, like he ain't even that smart. He ain't even that good. How is he doing it? You know what I mean? So like that's what I'm really excited about over like the next, you know, however long, the next year. I want to see, even for myself, from June 1st, 2025 to June 1st, 2026, I want to see the progression, right? I'm excited about that. I'm writing in my abundance journal. I missed a few days. I didn't realize I'd missed like 3 days. I was like, oh, but I'm writing in my abundance journal, trying to do it every day. Yeah, I'm just trying to see the progression, you know? Yeah. 1 year, June 1st to June 1st. What will change in Tim's life? Jeanette, I stay off boredom. Like I'll be doing like it doesn't take a lot to, you know, like I'll take a walk. I get bored, I'll take a walk. These days the WNBA season is in, so I got like literally last night I wanted to go to bed, but I couldn't because I had games to watch, and I'm mad because both my teams lost. So don't bring it up. But you know, I got stuff I'm doing now, so like I don't really. But yeah, if I get bored, I call one of my friends, or, you know, talk on the phone, or I don't know. Sometimes I'm like if a situation where like I'm just bored, everybody busy, I got nothing I want to do. Blah. Sometimes you just gotta be bored. But regular, like I just really don't get that bored because like, you know, I got stuff to do, you know. Hey, Andrew, you're doing the abundance journal? Nice. Yeah, you know, my abundance journaling is I try to every day write down like 15 things I want in my life that like aren't in my life now. That's my prosperity slash abundance journal. Um, and here's the thing, like if there's something we want in our life, why not go after it? Something we want to change our life, why not? And if I can't take 5 minutes, 10 minutes and even write it, then I obviously don't really want it. You know, if I want to be making X amount of money down the line, if I want to have this health problem gone away, if I want to, meet somebody, if I want whatever it is, if I can't take 5 minutes and write it down every morning, obviously I don't want it. Obviously, I'm not going to put in the work to get it. But if I can take 5 or 10 minutes every morning and write it down, every single morning, that refocuses me on that. And even if I consciously don't do anything about it, it gives my subconscious mind something to work on. And we all know our subconscious mind, if you give it something enough, it makes it a habit. It makes it a priority. That's why addiction is so hard to break. Your subconscious mind has made it a habit. Also, your body physically starts to crave it. But your subconscious mind has put it on the habit list. Oh, we doing this. So like, if every single day I tell my subconscious mind and I tell my conscious mind, this is what we're trying to do. 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 Any opportunity, after a while, any opportunity that comes up, any window, door that opens that might push us in that direction, it's going to prompt us. Hey, didn't you say you wanted to blah, blah, blah? Well, what about this? Didn't you say you wanted to, what about that? And you're just going to start seeing, it'll seem like things are just kind of like happening. Because I've done it before, not on this level, but I've done it before just saying it. Like, you know what I mean? I'm always saying stuff. Oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And then it starts to, there was a time 3-4 years ago when I said it would be amazing if I could just travel around and live in Airbnbs and hotels like full time. The OGs remember I said this. And then it happened. Like, I didn't even realize when it happened. I was like, wait a second. I said I was going to do this. I'm doing it. So yeah, I think just writing it down every single day, reminding yourself, this is what I do, can be so powerful because it keeps us focused on it. And it just keeps us, hey, if I'm writing it every day, then I have to take steps. If I'm willing to take that 1 10-minute step, I may take an hour after work to research it. If I'm writing it down, I'm probably talking about it. That's going to bring me in contact with possibly somebody who knows something that can help me. But it like starts with that little, you know what I mean? You got to be willing to take that little effort. We're trying to take that effort these days. Crystal, I think some people don't get as lonely as other people. Um, I just think it's genetic makeup that some people, just like we got introverts and extroverts, some people like being around other people. When they're not around people, it kind of bothers them. It's not a bad thing. It doesn't make us special because we're introverts. It's not, it just is what it is. So I think some people just like naturally might be more lonely. Also the way some people were raised, childhood, whatever, might have something to do with it too. But like, I think some of us, yeah, a lot. Um, and it's typically people who like their own company, I think, or just used to it. Um, but yeah, I think it's, and that's why I think you can't, when people start giving advice about loneliness, I'm like, sometimes it's weird because we don't get lonely on the same level. So, in my opinion, I think it's different from different people. So I think, yeah, some people might get lonely, but yeah, okay. And it's not a big deal, because it's just not a big deal to them. Vision, nah, I have not told a lie today. I don't be lying, bro. And this ain't me. I don't lie. Like, I just don't. I don't like lying. I don't like the feeling of telling a non-truth. It's just not. And I really only talk to y'all and my friends. You know what I mean? So I'm not lying to y'all. As much as y'all have done for me, I'm not lying to y'all. I'm definitely not lying to my friends. So like, I just don't. I don't be lying. Random Picks, how you doing? How you doing? A very special person. Random Picks / Shadow. Shout out to you. I normally don't do that, but I want to let people know you're a very special person. To who I don't know, but I'm, I'm joking. I'm messing. You know, I had to get silly with it. I had to get silly. Shout out to Random Picks. Shadow, how you doing? Shout out to Graham and the daughter too. Yeah, I mean, I respect your opinion, Ray, but I disagree that introverts are smarter. Like introverts like to think, and I'm sure someone will be like, no, they did a steady, blah, blah, blah. Okay, whatever. I personally just disagree. I don't think any group is smarter. Because here's my follow up. When someone inevitably says, but they did a test, who made the test? They probably made a test that introverts would do better on. You got to ask yourself these questions. Introverts like to think they're smarter, but I don't think any one group of people is smarter across the board. Some people do better with more distractions. You know, yeah, there's different types of smarts, Angela. You know, some people do better. Like if you put them in a room by themselves, they're just like, ugh. But if you put them around a bunch of other people, they'd ace every test. They just need that energy. You know, I don't like. We have this weird habit of trying to like generalize and this group is this group is that. We're all just here for about 80 years. It's okay. It's fine. It's okay. See, that's why, you know, extroverts be coming at us. We're always like, oh, extroverts are always bothering us. Then we turn around and call them dumb. Like it's the same game. We can't just, we always have to find our group and say it's better. It's, I don't, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Hey, poop diff. I'm gonna give you the front visual. If those 3 trees right there weren't in the way, it would be even better. But the front visual is amazing. I'm gonna do a walk and talk, probably walking in this area in a couple days. It's gonna be really nice. It's gonna be really nice. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna jump off. I got very little water and I need this for the walk back. So I'm gonna jump off, head back to my housing, gotta get some dinner. I'm back up in the mountains, so you gotta be very careful about what you eat, because you know, they is mountain prices. So anyway, thank you for tuning in. Sorry about the little technical hiccup we had for a little bit. We got back to it though. You know, the universe is abundant. Big shout out to the super chat squad. Thank y'all so much for the love. Shout out to Angela, the world's best moderator. The couple people we had to block, wish you well. And some people just timed out. Shout out to the lurkers, the thumbs uppers, the whole community, everybody who showed up and, you know, just was respectful and kind and put out that positive energy to the rest of us. I feel it. It helps me. I feed off of it, as we all do. So thank y'all so much from the bottom, top, middle of my heart for being a part of this community and sharing this beautiful day with me. I love y'all. We'll talk again soon.